guys, how are you all doing? And welcome back to Brussels Bubble with Ohima. So, again, another update on what has been happening in Brussels. Today we'll be talking about NGTs, so new genomic techniques. For anyone who doesn't know what these are, feel free to think of them as GMOs. I guess I have to be careful here because I don't think the seed companies like it when we refer to NGTs as GMOs. But really, for the layman, or if you're not familiar with the discussion, if you've never been in contact with this discussion of NGTs, then you can really just think of them as GMOs. They're like an upgrade, call it like mega upgrade of GMOs, and they're supposed to be better than GMOs because they're not apparently because they are more precise. That's what I would say. The NGTs are really precise gene editing. So back to Brussels. What's happening in Brussels? So, I've been telling you guys that Vice President Timmermans has been releasing, his proposals, and all of these, of course, are key to the European Green Deal. And he already released the Nature Restoration Law, and now we are on NGTs. I think I should be clear on this. So the NGT proposal has not been released, but what we are going to be talking about today is the leak. So many NGOs and organizations who have been following this, of course, now everybody has access to it. It's why I also have access to it. And I saw some NGOs and some organizations already share, a link to the leak. So, they kind of like put it on their website and share the link there so everyone can read it. So it's nothing strange, it's out there now, the proposal has been leaked. In my opinion, I do feel like following discussions, from the beginning, it looks like the commission tried to satisfy all parties. So in discussions in Brussels, NGOs and organizations who are, call it the green ones, have been for no NGTs on the European market, which has always been the case, the same way there were no GMOs on the European market. The same thing has been happening, which is no NGTs on the European market. Now you have your seed companies and people who are pro NGTs and your scientists and all of you saying, no, we need NGTs in Europe if we really want to achieve, the goals set in the Green Deal and all of that. We need it. With NGTs, we'll be food secure. With climate change and everything that's going on, we really need NGTs now, drought resistant crops, blah, blah, blah. So this has been it. And the NGOs always argue that we've heard these promises before. When GMOs were being offered on the market, it did not deliver. Therefore, we don't see why we should go back to we should go now with NGTs. It also will not deliver. And so what do the seed companies push? They say, and from events and meetings I attended, for the seed companies it's simple. If we put strict regulation on NGTs, they will never deliver, which is the case with GMOs. That the moment we go with very strict regulation, they will not deliver. Therefore, we need to ease the regulations on NGTs so they can deliver. Secondly, your NGOs and your green people say that NGTs are GMOs. Therefore, in the European Union, they should be treated as GMOs. Now, what's the problem? GMOs are such that, so since I think 2004, food that contains GMOs must be labeled. So you need to label any food that contains GMOs, except you're talking about 0.9%, then you can waive labeling. You don't have to state there that this food contains GMOs. But if not, it has to be labeled. And that is really what your seed companies are pushing against, that we don't have to put it there that this food contains GMOs. So therefore, we should not treat NGTs like GMOs, which would now mean that they are not GMOs, if they don't fall under it. So what's in the proposal now? What's in the leak? And why do I feel like everybody has been satisfied? So NGTs fall under category 1, where they'll be treated as normal conventional crops, from how I understood it and from what I wrote. So NGTs are going to be treated like normal conventional plants. So if you take a seed like a tomato plant that is, produced from a GMO, from an NGT seed, you consider it like the breeding technique is the same as a conventional breeding technique, so nothing major. It's not a GMO. Therefore, the tomato from this plant, when it's put on the shelf or on the market, does not need an extra labeling. They're not being treated as GMOs. And normally in the EU, so since 2004, GMOs had to be labeled. So, but good thing now for the greens or people who are against NGTs or really like your green NGOs who do not want it on the market. So this is why I say that both parties are being satisfied. But what's the good side for these NGOs? As far as the proposal looks like, and this video is based on the leak, so whatever happens in the proposal when it's released, we don't know if changes will happen, but as of now, it looks like the organic community is safe and organic is going to be protected. Therefore, organic would not include NGTs, so you would still not be using NGTs in organic production. But what is rather very interesting is that the law decides to stop member states, so like the EU countries, from actually prohibiting the production of NGTs. And this you will find in like Article 8. In Article 8 of the leaked proposal, countries can no longer prohibit the use of NGTs in their country. So anyways, what do you think about it? Is there something I missed, or do you have questions about the proposal? Let me know. I'll be happy to update you on it. But until then, feel free to like, to share, leave a comment. That's very important for me, to leave a comment, and see you in my next video. Ciao.